Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, we are with another Invoked hybrid version, and this is, I think, another good one that I didn't expect to perform that good. I easily climbed from Legend Rank 1 to 2 and had a couple of more wins. Now, I'm not gonna say this is gonna have a 100% win rate against heroes. Currently there's no deck that can actually have a 100% win rate against heroes, maybe except for Littlesk. But still, this is a very funny one, kinda cheap, because as you saw from the thumbnail, this actually features the one that has been the best and the cheapest deck for a while. I'm talking about Tenyi. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with the skill at the Legend of the Heroes. I remember myself complaining about this skill back in the day because those 2k life points were just too much for me. And now, keeping into account what we have today, I was probably wrong. But still, this is a super easy skill. If you have a total of Link 3 or more on the field, you get 2k life points. And the other part of the skill, honestly, you never really use it, so let's be serious about that. So you don't need to know what that does. So this is a cheap deck, to be honest, because this stuff can just be taken from with box chips, and the whole Tenyi stuff, it's in one mini box. You don't even need to go for triple runs, because to Ashuna, that is the only UR of the deck, exception made for the Alistair and the Invocation. Well, two are just fine. We are playing literally two of everyone, so to increase the chances of opening multiple different Tenyi monsters, because that's what you want to happen. You want to draw as many different Tenyi monsters as possible, maybe with just one Alistair to have literally the invoked combo going. And so we have the two Ashuna. The Ashuna gives you a special summon, but keep in mind, if you do have Alistair in your hand with that turn, you have to think that the effect of Ashuna of banishing from the grave or from the hand and special summoning a Tenyi monster from your deck is the effect that you need to do at the end of the turn. So otherwise you can't use Alistair's Invocation to go into a fusion monster, because once you use the effect of Ashuna, you're locked into only weird monsters, or actually Tenyi, only weird monsters for the rest of the turn. Keep in mind that. Then we have a couple of Vishuddha, removal from the grave because it just bounces. A couple of Adara, your only tuner that recycles stuff from the banished section. A couple of Mapura that protects from targeting only your non-effect monsters. And a couple of Shtana that make your non-effect monster come back and pops a monster without targeting. Then we have a couple of Vessel for the Dragon Cycle, a couple of Heavenly Dragon Circle, because these exactly has the monsters. You want these to appear in your starting end, but you never want them more than one. You don't want more than one copy of this, because these are hard ones per turn, so you don't really want to do that. You want to do both, right? So that's why a couple is totally fine. And then don't have a look. I mean, don't matter. These traps don't matter at all. Like, you could decide to play it if you feel better playing some hand traps. It's fine as well. You could play even the effect failure. I was playing this just because I felt more confident with those, but really, though, these are not mandatory at all. For the extra thing instead, kinda of interesting choices you can see here. We have the classic Tenyi stuff, a couple of Monk of the Tenyi, one Shaman of the Tenyi, and the Berserker of the Tenyi. Of course, keep in mind, as we have to play the fusion stuff, this is super tight, right? So be careful in what you use, because I mean, I recommend you in your main combo to not use both of the monks. Otherwise, you might not be able to use the effect of the Tenyi monster from the grave if you lose your first line. You know what I mean? So then we have a synchro choice. I went with Berserker. I didn't go into the what's the name? The guy that shuffles stuff back into the deck. That is actually this one. I'm gonna show you real quick. It is the is it you are? Yeah, the Baxia, Brightness of the Young Zing. You can actually play these as well, and you could potentially by removing the Kaliga. Now, I'm playing the Kaliga right now, even though, to be honest, I never went for it, as this meta seems like it's not that weak to Kaliga, simply because everyone opens at least one back row, one spell card to destroy you, so Kaliga doesn't really manage to beat that floodgate that he was at least a couple of months ago. But again, for the rest, we have the Ogdoadic, we have the Mekaba first thing first, and then we got the Burga Trio, easily summonable, of course, also thanks to the Shaman of the Tenyi, that is a fire attribute type monsters. So, well, that's it, honestly. The replays that you're about to see are played with these versions, so no Baxia, but again, you can decide to play it. The deck is super straightforward. For the whole Tenyi combo, you do not need your normal summon. That's why this deck synergizes so perfectly with Alistar the Invoker, because your normal summon is gonna be for this guy. Just one copy of the Flawless because it's searchable with this, and because it's really just plus something you wanna have when you do not have Alistar, you know, to draw a couple of cards. But I found really it's super good, especially when your turn 1 could be Mekaba and the boy. Well, Mekaba and the boy is not enough, but usually this boy is played with these two guys in the grave, and that's already a protection. But if you also have the Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi, it's even better, of course. Guys, not super easy to play though, because you have to think of what you do, but super, I would say, straightforward deck, you know. There are some combos you could go for, and those are, you just have to be careful about what you choose to go for. But to be honest, I loved playing this, and not gonna lie to you, I actually like to play Invoked wherever it is splashed into. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and let's jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay, interrupting a 4-win streak. Guess against what? Dragonic Contact. So it's him to go first. We have a very good hand, like one of the best hands you could have, because you have one each of the Tenyi, not all of course, because you missed the Vishuddha, but you also have Alistar, and that's what you want to see in your starting hand. So this dude started with Stratos, he sat the Armored Dragon Thunder level 10, keep in mind this dude can't be destroyed by battle, then he went Polymerization into Sunrise, getting of course the Miracle Fusion, and actually 4 draws, Keeper, Liquid Soldier, and also the Necro card and Engrave, dude, Neos Fusion also, and yes, 2 sets, there you go. So also perfect, we also got the Vessel. So we started with the Ashuna, Link summoning into Monk of the Tenyi, then Adara, special summoning itself, Vishuddha to summon actually Ashuna to summon the Vishuddha, and this was a misplay. You know why? Because now I can't use Invocation to summon anything, so this is the misplay you should avoid. Keep in mind that. We got the Vessel now, he went for the pop of the Monk, and we used Mapura to negate that. He's gonna use Super Poly, but we don't really care about that because the negation is still happening, so he's gonna lose the Armored Dragon. He's got a Escuridao after he gave up Vishuddha, but that's still super fine because we can get another one. Vishuddha first to bounce the Kluger so no Wise Man is coming, then Shaman of the Tenyi here using the effect to bring back the Monk, but it's got also the Veiler again, so we're kinda left there. At this point, I just set Alistar because I can't use Invocation right now, so he sets a card, he went for the destruction of Shaman of the Tenyi, still good, but now comes the good part. Alistar to get the Invocation to go into Mekaba, and we can negate both the spell and a monster effect, so we're attacking using Alistar to go over his Escuridao. No more monster negation, of course, he's got nothing there. At this point we got the Ashuna, but we can't do really anything. I didn't negate the Gardener with Mekaba, I could have, but I didn't because I wanted to keep the Ashuna. At this point, a normal summon of the Adara, that's why you want to keep the second Monk of the Tenyi to just be able to do this. And then, as soon as I'm attacking, he's cooked. That's how you did, my boys. There you go. Second duel, my boys. Let's see what we have here. So, Bane of Darkness, that was like one I didn't see in a lot of time. Dark Magical Circle to begin with, getting the Eternal Soul, and then the Apprentice to get, of course, the Dark Magician. So he has the full combo, we already know that. He's got the Eternal Soul, he's got the Dark Magician in end, and also the Dark Magical Circle. Then he's got the normal summon of the boy, and getting the Polymer position, and also the diffusion wave motion. Let's see if he's going for the poly. Actually, he's going for it. Dark cover is here, and that's the good thing, right? Because it's the best thing, because he can use Eternal Soul to special summon Dark Magician from the grave, so it was a good move to fuse. At this point, it's has to go Ashuna to begin with. This time we have a couple. Then Link summoning into Monk of the Tenyi, and then I went Ishtana special summon. He's not using Eternal Soul at least for now. Then Alistair to normal summon. So this was exactly what I was explaining to you before. In this case, I first normal summoned Alistair, and now I'm planning to use Invocation, of course, before using Ashuna's effect that locks me into just Worm type monster for the rest of the turn. So we go with Invocation, banishing the Ashuna because you have another one in end, going into Mekaba, and then Invocation to get the boy back. At this point, we're using Ashuna's effect. It's got Eternal Soul, but I forgot that I can't negate Circle's effect because this can get only the activation, not the effect. So Circle can banish me, unfortunately, but I'm not done yet because I can use the weak play spell card to get Adar in my hand, then Shaman of the Tenyi to get the monk back. 2k more life points for me, and then we got a recycle with Adara. We shoot it to bounce the Eternal Soul, that of course pops everything. At this point we're going with Berserker, and then we're attacking for some damage. So of course bouncing the Eternal Soul was the super important thing. At this point he's going Apprentice to get another Dark Magician, so he can do that again and actually banishing my boy, but he does not have lethal. Thanks to the skill we got 6k life points, so he only has 4500 damage to deal. At this point we could start with Ashuna, get the last league monster on the field, the monk, then he's got Eternal Soul again. He was forced to use it, he was afraid, so he wanted to banish the monk, and it's exactly what he did. But now Vessel comes, sends what we need to send, Alistair to get the invocation. We have the fire in the grave, so Invocazione to go into Purgatorio, and this like the good old times. We got Purgatorio, finishing your opponent without even the boost. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. There Duel, my boys. We got Sherry to face, and let's see what you. There's no skill though, so kind of interesting. Actually, there was a skill in the end. I think it's a bug of the replays. So, trading to begin with Snake Rain. So, we're facing Ogdoadic the Flare. It's kind of a version that a lot of people asked me to try, but I do not have the Ogdoadic stuff, so I can't really do it. So, let's see what this guy can actually go for. He's got the a rank 4, not really. I want to see, of course, the final board. And I remember he went with some good stuff. So first thing first, he's got, of course, the Clearwing Synchro Dragon, that's basically double negation. Then he's got the Sorcerer, double Xyz, also the Water Lily. So here he comes. So what he can do here, he can negate double time, so the effect of a level 5 or higher monster, and the effect that targets a level 5 or higher monster. Then he's got the Felgrund that can negate the effect of one monster on the field or just making one unaffected. And last but not least, the Ogdoadic Overload that can send all the monsters from the field to the graveyard except the one that are special summoned from the grave. So he's got literally 4 interruptions, so that is very good. We got the Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi to begin with, and that is super important. Not the best hand here, but still, we can work on that. We started with the Monk of the Tenyi, and then we used the effect of the Vessel to get a couple of stuff, and he didn't interrupt that. Lovely. Then Vishuda special summon, Ashuna special summon, and we got the Berserker out. That's exactly what we needed, but keep in mind Berserker can be negated by Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, so we have to be careful about that. Then Vishuda disappointed to force the Clear Wing, and he just negated that. Probably I should have done something different, but then Hadara to go, get the Vishuda back in hand, normal summoning the tiny monster to go into Shaman. Shaman now can get the Monk back, so we can go into the Legend of Heroes, getting our life points, and then Berserker touches the field. We set the trap and we go. It's got the Overlord's effect, and Fel wanted to actually stop that. We're going with the effect also Dragon Berserker, but he can negate because he has the second negation with the Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. So basically everything sent to grave except the ones that are not. This is unaffected, this is why he stays here, and this is unaffected as well because of Flawless Perfection of Tenyi. But what happens now? I'm attacking the Ogdoadic even if I die? Yes, because with Shtana, he comes back, plus I pop the Overlord. So now I can also attack again and pop the Fairground, so board broken successfully. So he's got, again, a lot of stuff. We got the draw. Alistair is here and he's top tier, so let's speed things up because with the Ogdoadic they do a lot of stuff, right? So he's got the Boundless, he's got, oh jeez, a lot of stuff. I summoned this guy back because of one of his cards, guys. He's got the Dingirsu to begin with. Compulsory said no thank you at least, even though he can just send what? The field spell, because the other guys are unaffected. Then Ogdoadic Water Lily once again, and he's bringing the guy back, but guess what? I have another Shtana. So my Berserker comes back, he pops it next turn. We even had the Alistair. That's how you did, my boys. There you go. For Duel, my boys, were you missing it? Well, it's still here. Dragonic Contact, another one. So him to go, not a crazy hand to begin with because we have just two different tiny monsters. So let's speed things up. I guess you all know this deck, right? So he just had a set monster that I think it's Neos. It is. As a super poly set and another back row. Let's see what we can do. We started with Vishuda, and actually I went straight away with bouncing the Neos, so no more super poly War Ring. Also because I guess it does not play the Hearth elemental hero fusion monster. Keep in mind, another advantage of Tenyi is that usually your big bosses are Hearth type monsters, so a Hearth attribute, and they do not play the Hearth attribute fusion monster usually, so you're kinda safe from super poly with this. We got the Vessel, it's got what? The Cursor Seal of the Forbidden Spell, but we don't really care because at this point we know this is super poly, so there's nothing else that can stop us, so we can just go into the full combo. We got the Shaman of the Tenyi, then the Shaman to get the Ashuna back, Berserker is here and is top tier, and then Legend of Heroes getting the life points, but we still got Ashuna's effect to summon the Adara, Link summoning again into Monk of the Tenyi, Sanguinary Trap card, also getting a card back to our hands, but at this point we know we have Lethal and the Super Poly is of course harmless. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, we have what is this? I don't even remember, to be honest, but it's us to go first. Flawless Perfection Tenyi, at least we have the Vessel, otherwise it would have been a very bad hand. So Monk to begin with, of course the Vessel when you have a normal monster, so you send one and grab another one. Adara special summon, Vishuda, Ashuna special summon, and I went straight away into Shaman, not the Draco Berserker of the Tenyi, because I had both the Vishuna here, so I couldn't summon Vishuna with the Ashuna. That's it. So Berserker is here, plus another defense, and Adara that recycles the Ashuna, and we ended just like that. Another bad thing is that we just have the Shtana, not the Mapura. So Dark Hold to begin with, and this is where the Shtana saves the day. So it's got, this is Tri-Brigade actually, as you can see there. So Tri-Brigade kit, he's got the Nerval, but this is for sure special summoning, right? So we're just waiting for that. He's got the Keras, and we draw two, we love that. Then look at this. So his Link is of course Xyz summoning the Lilios Recital Starling that cannot be targeted because he used Cobalt as an Xyz material, right? But what happens is that he decided to target the Berserker, and I can negate that. with Mapura. The negation of Mapura does not target, so we can destroy it, and we stopped his combo straight away. He couldn't do nothing. He's got the skill, he sat one card and then summoned another one. I don't know why he summoned this. Maybe he thought he could link summon or anything, but still. Vishuddha to begin with, going for the back row, of course, and he has the Salavanon Bloom that does nothing, so we're chilling. At this point, we just want to go for lethal, so we have Ashuna, and then the Shtana, so the monk again, and look at this. We first pop ourselves with the monk against the Keras so that we can use the effect of Shtana to pop the D1200 attack, and now we have lethal through the 0 attack monsters. That's really, you know, you have to think about this, because these Blue Boy can actually give birth to some amazing plays, and now in that way we have lethal. That's how you did, my boys. There you go. As you can see from the shining background, this was my rank up match from Legend Rank 1 to 2. And guys, hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below of this Invoked Tenyi that is again super cheap. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.